All right, cool. Welcome to the Dog Name podcast. I'm recording this in the Portland Airport PDX. So the theme song should be playing right now. So we'll let that play. We'll let the theme play. And where can you guys catch me? We'll let the theme play. I don't have my dates up, but I'll say a few. You can catch me February 15th at Prima DC, February 16th Hotbed Comedy Club in Washington DC, February 17th I'm in Harrisonburg with X2 Comedy, headlining a clean comedy taping. Please come to that. The following weekend I have shows. I don't remember what they are, and then whatever. March 1st I'm taping for Don't Tell Comedy. I think I'm gonna make a Facebook post about it and get people to try to come out. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, dude, I'm in the airport. It is 4 a.m. Eastern time, but it's 1 a.m. Out here in Portland, which is a truly wild city to do comedy in. I'm here at Delta. I'm at the Delta. This is my version of the Delta Lounge. It's just me. But I don't, it's weird. There's other people in the in the in the airport. There's other people. Dude just walked out of something, and I know it sounds like I'm whispering because I'm trying not to scream or yell. But let's go to podcast stuff. Yeah, I'll talk about Kansas City next week because I'm in Portland, so I want to talk about Portland now. I flew in Thursday, and it was supposed to be I was supposed to get into Portland like 2 p.m. their time. Like it was supposed to be like not a crazy long travel day. Like if I'm being honest with you, I think I was supposed to get into Portland at noon, like their time. Like it was going to be like a 6.5, 7 hour travel day, which is fine. It was one quick layover, and then that flight got delayed, and so I got to the airport at 5 a.m. and I landed in Portland at 4 p.m. their time. So it was a 14-hour travel day for me. Delta really dropped the ball on each of my. I went from having like one layover to I had two. I had two different spaces, so it was like we had this. I went from going to Minneapolis to where I went to Atlanta. It's one of the biggest airports of all time, and then from Atlanta to Salt Lake City, and then Salt Lake City to Portland. And I will say this: when we landed in Portland, we had to do an emergency landing. I had an emergency landing, which is terrifying. It's like one of the most truly horrifying experiences of my life. Do this. So he's like, we'll land in about 5 minutes. And then 20 minutes go by and we still haven't landed. And the pilot comes on and it's like, hey, just want to let you know, I know you guys thought we're sort of landed by now, but we're having a bit of an issue. The flaps aren't working. And I wanted to be like, that doesn't feel like a technical term at all. You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. I don't think there should be parts on the plane that sounds like a 6-year-old named them. But apparently dude, it's just you got to be careful. The flippers, the thingamajigs, the maboobers. But yeah, it was just the flaps weren't working, which is apparently what slows down your plane. He's like, hey, we got emergency backup. That's fine. We'll be all right, but we're gonna circle. If not, if the flaps don't work, we have to come in hot, which is awful choice of phrasing. To come in hot. I don't really want that to happen with the plane. So we circle for like another 20 minutes. And I guess they get it going, but it is like silent on this airplane. It hadn't been silent the entire time. And then it got silent. It was like quiet. It was like deafeningly quiet. And so we're waiting. And we're waiting for this plane to land. And it lands. And I made the mistake of they gave us free internet. So I Googled, what does it mean when the flaps on your plane don't work? And you shouldn't do that. That was worse than like checking out like something on WebMD. Or it's like, dude, I type that in and I'm in the air watching Suicide Squad, just like focused in, and the internet's just like, yeah, man, that's bad. That's this is now you're in an emergency landing situation, terrifying. So we land, and the backup hydraulic, the emergency thing worked. They did a great job. I'm not mad at Delta for that at all. I had no clue how bad or how like I didn't know how big of an emergency I guess it was, because until we land and everyone on the plane stands up and starts clapping. I mean, literally everyone. I've never been on a plane, and I was like, you know what? I started joining in. I'm clapping like I'm in church. I'm just banging the hands together, being like, Jesus did this. Praise be to Him. All power to the Almighty. He's made it so that we could make it through and live another day, right? So we did. So we land, and also I look out the window of the plane, and there's a bunch of emergency vehicles and fire trucks. They absolutely were prepared for us to slam our plane into the side of the damn airport. They were ready for flames and fire, and that's just like when you just like, oh, I guess it was a bigger deal than I thought. And it's also not a big deal because they go through. The guy was like, we've been through a lot of simulations with this, and it's like, dude, I do not need simulation. I want to know that you've done this in real life. I don't really care about your simulations. I want to know that you're doing it in real life and you're crushing it. Okay, but they did a good job. And then they sent me an email, which I do. Which I think the email was kind of not condescending, but just like, I don't know, man. Their choice of words from Delta in the email that I got from them. They sent two, so let's see if I can find the first one, because it's truly a pretty unhinged. All right. Hello, Winston. I understand an emergency landing was declared on your flight 7:35 to Portland. Our crew followed established procedures. They did to ensure a safe and uneventful landing. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't like that they're using phrases like uneventful, because I don't like the idea that if we'd crashed into the side, they'd have been like, Winston Hodges passed away eventfully. He had an eventful passing. I'm truly sorry for your experience with us today. Thanks for flying Delta. We look forward to seeing you on another Delta flight, which is bold. But I bet but they also knew I already have my return flight set up. I don't know. I didn't like it just was just very bold. Which, I don't know. I'm very scared. I'm scared of flying. So this was like a nightmare situation for me. I'm very proud about how I handled it. All right, then they got another follow-up one. Hello, Winston. I know that you didn't have the experience you expected on Delta. I understand that it was an unfortunate disruption to your plans, and I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. It strives to make it right when things go wrong, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. So I filled out like a survey, and it was like, how happy are you with the mileage or things that we gave you because of this? They didn't give me shit. I've got nothing. I haven't gotten any extra miles. So Delta, give me something, man. Give me money off of a plane ticket. Like, let me use the damn Delta Air Lounge. Let me hang out in there, dude. I won't bother anybody. I'll just be chilling, getting some snacks. Like, I didn't even get any like extra snacks. Like, I would have been perfectly fine if they'd just given me some like a large bag of the Garden Salsa Sun Chips, which are an unbelievably good chip that I had for the first time on this flight. And then now I can just talk about Portland, right? Like, you guys cool if I talk about Portland? Because it is, dude, Portland is unhinged. It is truly wild. One thing I would like to say about Portland is basically, it's like a thought experiment where if you had a city full of white people and you told them to act and be cool, but then you gave them no black people to base that on, like, at all, dude. It's just a bunch of white people trying to be cool, and they've never seen a cool person in their life. It's really, really woke and progressive, and it was really, I don't know, man. It was pretty. I don't know, man. I had like some interesting run-ins, dude. I ate at And it just was like every moment it felt like a protest could break out, like any given moment. And here's the thing, man. I've said this once and I've said it before. It's these progressive cities that are the least ethnically diverse are ridiculous. Just a room full of white people being progressive and having like no black neighbors. It's truly wild. But I went to a diner called Fuller's, and the food was good. I did enjoy the food at Fuller's. What I didn't enjoy was I ordered two things. I was spoiling myself because I'm still trying not to spend a ton of money. But I was like, this is it. It's not super expensive. I ordered a half order of French toast and a bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. Combined $15. I'll tip $5, be $20. It's like this is a solid lunch, right? The menu says that the breakfast sandwich is egg, cheese, plus choice of meat, which is what I think we all think breakfast sandwiches are. And then my sandwich comes out, and it is bacon, egg, and cheese with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise. That is a dog shit breakfast sandwich. That's trash. Lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise is not breakfast sandwich, dude. The most I want on it is maybe I'll let you have a little mayo. Maybe. If it's got like a little aioli, just something to give a little kick. Maybe some hot sauce. I'm okay with that too. Some jelly, pepper jelly. There's things, but it would be on the menu, dude. Dude, lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise on a breakfast sandwich is unhinged. It's disgusting. And I don't know if it's a Portland staple. I got no clue. What I do know is when I was like, hey, because I just wanted another sandwich. I would have been fine with if you just give me new pieces of bread, because the lettuce and the tomato had blocked the mayonnaise from touching my breakfast sandwich, and I would use a napkin to wipe off the disgusting tomato juice. I'd be fine. But she comes over and I'm like, hey, I didn't know, because it's not on the menu, that this sandwich came with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise. And generally, I would expect the server to pick up on what I'm putting down, and then they would just be like, you would think they would be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Can we fix that for you? She goes, yeah, it does. And I was like, oh no, we're about to have like a whole thing, aren't we? This is about to be like a whole ordeal. This is my first meal in Portland. Please don't do this to me. And they did that to me. And so I said, I don't really like these things. And then before I could say, she goes, so do you just not want it? I was just going to have them give me the pieces of bread. But I'll be honest with you, when she said, oh, do you not want it? It made me want to never eat a breakfast sandwich again. And I love breakfast sandwiches. So I was like, no, you can take that off. You can take that off the check. And she did. And then they made me feel so bad and uncomfortable that even though they took it off the check, I still put a $20 bill down. So she made more money than if the order had been right. And I don't know, my social anxiety sometimes is just like, I reward bad service. Because I love people in the service industry. I know it's a hard job. This ain't hard. That diner situation was not hard. It's very simple. Bring me pieces of bread because I'm a grown-ass man and I just want a plain bacon. Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man, but I'm like, I want a plain bacon, egg. I'm a picky like a baby. I want a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich the way it's... Oh, dude, the lights turned out. This is brutal. I don't even think you can see me anymore, can you? Oh, yeah, I'm doing it in the dark now. Oh, yeah, brother. Is it still plugged in? Yeah. Okay, there we go. I gotta see me. That's how. Oh, cool. That's how I know I'm at 15 minutes in this. This isn't a good episode. It's not a bad episode, but it's not a good one. I don't know, man. Also, the homeless situation out here is wild, and I'm not one to shit on the homeless. We got, I know DC homeless. I know Richmond homeless. I've seen LA homeless. Portland homeless is like, they're bold. And it's also crazy because it's just like, you can't even do your typical homeless moves where you're like, someone makes you uncomfortable and you're like, oh, just cross the street and not be uncomfortable anymore. Because in Portland, it doesn't matter what street you're on, there is more homeless on the other street. So you can't switch. You switch to one and then more pop up on the other side. Um, Also, man, dude, there's some truly. I was on the. I took the freaking trolley car. They got like a street. The great public transport out here. I did like the streetcar situation that they have, and in the streetcar, I'm just kind of waiting around in this like I've got all these tactics, to deal with stressful situations. And this mentally ill homeless woman walks by, and she just starts, whispering. She's just like, "Yeah, they got their pants sagging. It's so disrespectful. Yeah, I'm gonna do something about it. Yeah, you're disrespectful. Pants hanging down. Oh, I'll do something about it with your disrespectful pants hanging down." And so my first move is to look at her because she's trying to bring me into this conversation. Because first I check that it's my pants sagging. Not at all. My belt is cinched tight on my fat ass, just like my gut is hanging over it, but no underwear. So I'm not being disrespectful. But dude, my first response was I wanted to just look at this woman. If she started to get in my face, I'd have been like, "You know what? You're damn right. That is disrespectful. Who's got their damn pants down on the streetcar? We should do something about it. I'm not about to let this crazy woman go off on me. No way. I'll agree with anything a crazy person says if it gets me safely. It's like, oh, these pants are hanging down. Like, let's jump this guy. Let's jump this asshole. Like, let's do that together, ma'am." Went to Voodoo Donut. That was sick. Donuts were good. It's very touristy. Little, like, I don't know. It's the type of thing where, like, it's so highly rated it has to be overrated. But, like, if I had gone to this and it had been a regular donut shop, I'd have been like, these donuts are great. Really yummy. It was really good. I had these, like, cannoli things. They had, like, these cannolos. So it's just like a donut. Like the cannoli outside shell. It's, like, shaped like a cannoli. But it's like a donut exterior. It's not cannoli exterior or whatever it is. Rolled in sugar, like cinnamon sugar. And filled with, like, I got a sweet cream one, which was like Bavarian cream. And then I got, oh shit, dude. Dude, that just scared the ever living shit out of me. Like, they're doing an announcement at God knows what time, but that just scared the dog shit out of me. I almost had a heart attack. Oh my God, my heart is beating so fast that the mayor came on the radio at 1:30 in the morning. But I got these cannolos that I can't. I'm not gonna forget where I was talking about donuts. You know what I mean? So it's like these donut things rolled in sugar, and then they're filled. One was Bavarian cream, the other was wild berry. Unbelievable. Then I got like an original glazed, which was pretty good. And then they had this one that was like this lemon bar. Basically, it's like a lemon whipped cream filled donut with frosting. Too much frosting. I really don't like frosting on donuts. I think it's kind of trash. If I'm being honest with you, but we had fun. I had a good time, man. The shows were unreal, man. Shows were unreal because I got on stage the first couple nights and I was a little timid because whenever I'm working with Jamie Lee and she's a really good friend of mine, but whenever she's taking me to a club I've never worked before, I just want to do well because I want to come back. I want to be able to come back without her. I want to be able, if they have an off night, they'll headline me, or like, and I want to do well. I want to sell my merch. Sold all my T-shirts that I have left, so I'm hoping that my new order comes in. Sold a bunch of koozies. Sold a fair amount of my wristbands. And I'm excited. So it was a nice weekend. Overall, it was a nice weekend. But those first two nights, I was trying really hard to, like, I don't know, man. I like addressing. It's a really woke area. Like, it's so progressive. It's like kind of disgusting. Like, I'm a very progressive person, but it was like the Portland wokeness is like true. Like, that's just kind of like that's who they are. That's how they operate. My shit's not super offensive, but it does like kind of walk the line from time to time. And it's also coming from a dude that I think they kind of want you to apologize for, like, you know, who I am, which is like a white fella. And I don't really have a lot of white guilt. So I'm not the one. Like, I'm not being problematic. I'm doing jokes on the right side of history, in my opinion, making fun of everybody. And and not punching down, so I just don't have any guilt about it. So, but the first 2 nights, the first 3 shows, sets went great. I crushed, had some really good sets, but I don't want to. I'm not being who I am. I'm not walking that line. I like to call things out. And then tonight, the last 2 shows, I figured it out. I get up there, that first show, really giving it to them, just across the board, and just pulling them in and letting them go, and just not letting them get away with not laughing. Where I'm like, you got to do it, and it's like I'm doing, and it felt good, just across the board. Just 5 really strong sets. Made an okay amount of money this weekend, which I need because I'm very broke. And just excited for where this merch is going to take me, because that's 2 straight weekends where on the road the merch has done really well. And so I'm excited about that. And I'm feeling pretty good. Had a lot of people follow me. I was really sick, which I've appreciated. A lot of people reaching out, saying a lot of positive things. And Jamie Lee crushed all weekend. It was killer. Worked with this comic Maricha. She was really nice. She was hosting, crushed it as the host. Went to a late night mic, got on stage at midnight, and I was wondering why I was so damn tired. It was like 12:30. And I'm like, why am I so tired? And it's like, oh, because it's 3:30 in the morning. My body does not, why am I getting on stage? So I did my 3 minutes at 3:30. Man, I'm really not feeling it tonight, guys. I'm really tired, but we're gonna do it. I got a couple. Also, Portland's just wet. Everything's wet. It's just I don't know. It's just it feels like I think it rained maybe once, and I wasn't even in it, and it just felt like everything was damp. But it hadn't rained all day, and I sat on a bench, and my ass got wet, and I was like, what are we doing, Portland? Everything's moist. It's a very moist town. Great public transportation. Really fun. But Portland Helium's a great club. Really, really, really dope club. But I don't want to come back. I really do. So hopefully they'll have me. That's enough about Portland, because I'll post clips from it, but I think that's enough about Portland for now. Now, the food was good at the club. I had corn dog nuggets twice, and technically 3 times, because the one night I got an app sampler. And I'll make a bold statement. Is there anything better than an appetizer sampler? Is there anything? It's so good. Dude, and listen to this. Usually when I don't get appetizer samplers, I don't get it because they don't do a very good job of having the best apps on there, right? It's always most app samplers, there's usually 1 app on the 5 that you don't want. But if you're getting it as a group, someone will eat that, right? This is just me getting it. Dude, listen to this incredible app sampler. Pretzel bites. Corn dog nuggets. Fries. Chicken tenders. Mozzarella sticks. Unreal. That is an undefeated app sampler. I don't know what's in your perfect app sampler. Literally the only way mine could have been better is maybe wings, but I don't know what I would replace the wings with. Wings isn't replacing the mozz sticks. Definitely not replacing the corn dog nuggets. Maybe pretzel bites, but I think the bread of the pretzel bites. So yeah, please comment below. Oh, what's your perfect app sampler? If you could put 5 apps on there, what would it be? Because this is pretty close to perfect. Corn dog nuggets were unreal, dude. I think between the 5 shows, I've had 60 corn dog nuggets. It was unreal delicious. This might be a shorter episode this time. I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about. Yeah, because I can't think of what's better than an app sampler. I think an entree sampler would be sick. A flight of the closest you get to that is when you go to the barbecue joints that have the platters, and you can do multiple meats. But dude, just, oh my God, an entree sampler? Yeah, man, app sampler's unreal. Fries were so good. It's another, I think, in the all-time app sampler list, quesadillas. That's a good one. But yeah, so I'm just here doing it, trying not to bother anybody. But yeah, it's quiet. And it's quiet because there's people doing their jobs. And I have too much. I've got way too much social anxiety to be doing this. But I need to be better about it. You know what I mean? I need to be better about not having social anxiety. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong by doing, you know what? I'm not doing anything wrong by doing this podcast in an airport at 2 a.m. I'm not. Am I being annoying? Hell yeah. I'm being annoying as shit. That's not illegal. You can't stop me. Also, what is Delta going to do about it, dude? They had a crash landing. Delta almost killed me. Delta almost took your boy out. Delta almost killed me, dog. So yeah, if I want to do a damn podcast at 2 in the morning, I'll do a podcast at 2 in the morning. I just had to get an episode done because I'm not doing one tomorrow because I want to watch the damn Super Bowl. I want to watch Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift after they beat the 49ers like 35-14. Dude, I don't even... Dude, my eczema's also killing me right now. Which is like, eczema's dog shit. I don't know if anyone else has like... if any of y'all have bad skin for no reason at all. But eczema is dog shit, dude. It's crazy. Dude, so the first time I found out I had eczema, it was like all over my face. And I like literally looked in the mirror and was like, I would pay $1 million to not have my face look like this. And then I went to the dermatologist without health insurance, and it turns out I wouldn't even pay like $600. I like grossly exaggerated the amount of money I was willing to spend to not have eczema. I don't know, man. The eczema stuff's crazy because you just go to the doctor and they just kind of like say whatever to you. I'm literally scratching my eczema. It's killing me. Like, this is brutal now that I'm like actively thinking about it. But you just go to the doctor, they go to the dermatologist, and it's just like they don't really know the cures to eczema. They got like theories about what causes it. I literally remember like I was like, what can cause it? They're like, oh well, you can get it from cold, dry climates, or you could also get it from warm, wet climates. And I was like, what the hell are we doing? You said all the climates. That's like every climate. It's like I wanted a Venn diagram and you drew a circle. You're not allowed to do that, you know, dude. And then they go, oh, you could also just get it from your clothes. You can have an allergy to your clothes. And I'm like, you have to do clothes. You can't not do clothes. You can't do clothing optional just because you have eczema. Like, I can't walk around naked and people get mad about it. And I'm like, I have a prescription. You know what I mean? I'm allowed to do that. Yeah. But just living my best life. Yeah, we're doing a short one today. We're going to do 30 minutes for the real OGs. I'm really tired. I should go to sleep. But yeah, this is when the theme song's going to kick in. We're doing a 28-minute one. This is a quickie. I may give you 2 episodes next week. Or I might add some stand-up at the end. But I just can't. I can't do it anymore. I love you. You're my babies. And I appreciate you. Good night. This is the Dog Name Podcast. Please listen, share, subscribe. Love you.